Have you ever wondered what rich people are hiding inside their houses? Because what if I told you that I went to a sleepover at a rich person's house that I barely knew, but when I arrived, there was only one rule. Don't go in the room with the red door. But of course, hearing that rule only made me want to do one thing. Go inside that room. So I did. But what I discovered for opening that door and the consequences I faced for doing this made me decide that I will never sleep over at a rich person's house again. But to understand how we even got to this terrifying moment, I need to take you back to how this crazy night all started. So everyone knows that rich people do not live in the same world as normal people. They have closets bigger than my whole house, which I'm literally in my closet right now, by the way. Pets that wear more expensive clothes than I do. And if they're really rich, they have an air fryer. The point is, rich people are crazy. And I realized that the moment I got invited to a sleepover at a rich person's house. I was 16 years old and hanging out with my friend from my baseball team. He wasn't the rich one, sadly, but one day after practice, he asks if I want to go to a sleepover with him. So I'm like, yeah, that sounds fun. Are we doing it at your house? But he says, no, it's at the house of a kid that I just met. So I'm thinking, well, why would you want me to go to a sleepover at a random person's house that I don't even know? But his response is that the person's house he's going to has super rich parents, and he doesn't want to go to the sleepover alone because he thinks it would be awkward. So he invited the most awkward person he knows, because that would make it better. But with the way he was describing how rich this kid and his family were, I was like, heck yeah, I'll go, because I need some rich friends. I'm trying to make it out the suburbs. But little did I know, I would hugely come to regret this decision of going to that sleepover. So let's fast forward to the night this all happened. My friend and I arrived to the rich person's house, which of course was in a gated neighborhood. But right when we go through those gates, the vibes are already starting to feel off. Because we get out of the car to see this glamorous house that's way bigger than my dreams could ever be. Like you could tell, whoever owned this house was rich. And I mean rich in the sense that they could afford snacks at the movie theater. The rich kid, who we'll call Gary, because I don't want to use his real name since his family might do something to me. I don't know, they're rich. I don't know what they're going to do. But anyways, Gary opened the door and said to us, yo, what's up guys? Let me show you around the house. So we step inside, and the moment me and my friend went through that front door, it felt like we got transformed onto a movie set. Everything looked too perfect to be real. The first room had this massive chandelier hanging from the ceiling that was probably 3 stories high, and the floors were so shiny, I could see my reflection in them. But the one thing I really noticed about this place was the art. For some reason, this house had a bunch of art all over the place. And I'm not talking normal art. And keep that in mind because it will be important to know for later in the story. So we're getting a tour of the place, and it's just getting crazier and crazier every room we go into. First stop was the private movie theater, which wasn't just a big TV in a basement like I was used to. This thing had actual theater seats, a popcorn machine, and a screen that took up an entire wall. You want to know what I watch movies on at my house? This.
It's a Wendy's menu screen!
Then we went to the indoor pool, which I've only seen in hotels before, but this was when the night started to not feel like a normal sleepover anymore. Because inside this room with the pool was where we first